It's rush hour in Copenhagen and Mats Lange is in the thick of it. He's bringing his son to school. Each day he covers around 12 kilometers on his cargo bike.
Commuting in Copenhagen can be very time demanding. And if you have kids and you have to drop them off and pick them up, it's much easier with the bike, and I can have 2 kids on it and groceries, and it's light and it's very quick.
This is where his cargo bike originated. 6 years ago, Hans Volk and a friend created the first bullet bike. At the time, Volk worked as a carpenter and transported his materials using a heavy, old freight bicycle. So he decided to create a model that was quick and light.
It's a common way to get around from A to B. It's a common way of transportation, so the cargo bike feels natural for us. Because it's built over an old-fashioned design from Denmark called the Long John that nobody renewed for like 60 years. So it was still a great bike, but we decided to do something about it and pimp it up, make it like it fitted into the 21st century. So this is a new version of the Long John.
Copenhagen is one of the most bicycle-friendly cities in Europe. Freight bikes enjoy a long tradition here. Until the 1960s, they were a common mode of transport for making deliveries within the city. Back then, the bike couriers rode heavy models made of steel. Now, cargo bikes are making a comeback. It's estimated there are some 40,000 in use in Greater Copenhagen today. And their popularity is growing in other European cities too.
Cities all around the world are now banking on the bicycle. They're looking at infrastructure. They're really seeing this 19th century inventions as a solution to 21st century transport problems. So the bike is back. It's come back again to serve us as it used to 100 years ago. The cargo bike now we're seeing is this new addition to the bike boom.
Michael Colville Andersen is an urban mobility expert. He gives speeches around the world and advises cities on how they can become more bicycle friendly. He's a big fan of cargo bikes. Last year, he published a book called Cargo Bike Nation, featuring photos from Copenhagen and 33 other cities around the globe.
It's not bicycle culture, it's vacuum cleaner culture. Everybody has a vacuum, they all use it, they don't fetishize it, you know. It's a tool to make our daily lives easier. But what I like is people on bicycles, and the way that the bicycle is the most powerful tool in our urban toolboxes to make cities more livable.
But these tools are taking on unconventional forms. The firm N55 has developed a bike frame using aluminum tubing, which buyers can assemble themselves. And coffee bikes, cafes on wheels, are already rolling around several European cities. Swiss firm Fretsche makes bikes with a sidecar. And folding bicycles have long been bestsellers, as they can easily be taken on public transport.
It's bicycle culture 2.0. You know, you see a diversity in the design of bicycles. And you know, the elderly gentleman on the tricycle, you know, he maybe feels a little bit unstable on a regular bicycle, but boom, there's a bicycle for him. There's a bicycle for every need.
In Copenhagen, bikes are increasingly replacing cars. In the Danish capital, there are now around 5 bikes for every car.
The electric bike here is fantastic. You can actually fit 2 kids and about 3 bags of groceries. Yeah, it's definitely my car. Yeah. So if inside Copenhagen, if I can ride my bike, I ride my bike.
In Copenhagen, cargo bikes are giving cars a run for their money, and they could soon become a popular mode of transport in cities across Europe.